Hi guys, Rebecca the Explorer here. Today is 3/22/2017. Time is 5:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time in New Zealand would be 3:23 and it's about 9:30 a.m. Anyway, in front of me you can see I have a map of Google Earth and we are looking at the quakes that have happened since yesterday, since I made my video. We're going to start with the fact there was a 2.9, which is down here on this side, which I will call number 3, this side of the red line. That was followed by a 2.1, a 1.9, a 1.3, a 2.0, another 2.0, a 2.3, a 2.2, and a 3.4. 3.4 is down at the end of the South Island, which is right in here, which is at Lake Elise. Follows this lake down into here. And this actually runs into a river or stream. As you can see, it goes and travels all the way around and through here. And this is very interesting looking over here. It looks like a crater. But that also looks like there's water there. Anyway, the next quake was a 2.8 at 50 kilometers in depth, which is back down here in the Cook Strait area. And a 2.8 at 50, I would add that out to become a 3.0 eventually. Then there's a 2.3, a 2.2, a 1.8 at 63 kilometers. Now I always take the 50 kilometers to 100 kilometers to add half. This would be like a half mag, so a 100 kilometers would equal a full mag, and 200 kilometers would equal 2 mags. So I do it by halves, so this here eventually is going to be around a 2.5 within that area coming from there. Then we had a 1.8, a 2.6, back down here South Island near Lancakenson, 1.7, a 2.7, 2.5, followed by a 3.1. 3.1 is located, and actually I think we covered these yesterday. Oops, I'm backing up here and getting behind, but anyway, it's good to go over them. That was followed by 1.7, then came back to this 3.1 here, followed by a 2.6, a 2.6, a 2.6, a 1.9, a 2.6, followed by a 2.2, then a 2.7, so we're caught up here. The 2.7 was down here and sudden. That was followed by a 4.4. This is early this morning I woke up to find this one. I believe that was this morning. No, yesterday. That was followed by a 3.2, which is over here, which is followed by a 1.4 at 57 kilometers in depth. Down here near Tekeha. That was followed by 1.7, a 1.8, then a 3.8, which hit over here near Tapua, and then a 3.0, that hit down here near Sudden. That was followed by a 2.4, a 2.2, a 2.5, a 1.5, a 1.5, a 1.6, a 1.3, and then a 2.8 at 135 kilometers in depth. And if this goes by anything, this one will come from here and cause a deeper, a larger, shallower earthquake, which will probably come out down this way. That was followed by 1.7 at 81 kilometers in depth on the other side over here. That was followed by a 2.3 down here near Seddon Cook Strait area. That was followed by a 2.1, 1.6, and then a 2.0 at 43 kilometers in depth. Which is also located over here in the Bay of Plenty. That was followed by a 1.8, and then I found a 4.7 from EMSC, which was offland over here. That was followed by a 2.1, a 2.2, a 2.4 at 100 kilometers in depth, a 1.4, a 2.2, a 2.1, then a 2.4 at 41 kilometers in depth, which was located here at Cook Strait. That was followed by a 2.0, 2.4, a 2.1 at 79 kilometers in depth, which is right here, I believe it is. That was followed by a 3.4, over here near South Taranaki Bight. That was followed by a 2.4 at 79 kilometers in depth, which is back over here at Wakefield. That was followed by a 1.4, a 2.3, a 2.7, a 2.5 at 75 kilometers in depth. And that was followed by a 3.2. And I've written something on there. 3.2 Kekora. That was followed by a 1.9, 2.0, a 1.8, and a 1.8 at 112 kilometers in depth. That was followed by a 2.2, that was followed by a 2.5, which is on the other side of this red line, right here. That was followed by a 2.1, a 2.0, a 2.2. That was followed by a 1.9 at 134 kilometers in depth. And I've written on here that that could cause a 2.5, which I look this way. Then a 1.8 at 148 kilometers in depth. And this one here could cause up to 2.5 this way. That was followed by a 1.3, a 1.7, and a 2.2 at 112 kilometers in depth. Oops. Right here. That was followed by a 2.2 at 146 kilometers in depth, which is right here. This was followed by a 4.4, which I marked but cannot find anywhere else. This came from Alimax. It was a 4.4 at 605 kilometers in depth. It was downgraded to 588 kilometers in depth. And if this is true, then this will be coming down this way, since it's on the inside of this line, through this way, more likely affect here and end up down here. That was followed by a 2.4 and then a 1.6. Then we start after I sent Dutch file last night. There was a 2.4. Which was over here off of Aurora. And it was off land. Let's see if we have any pictures here. Dolphin pictures. Wow, love it. That was followed by a 2.5. How beautiful. That was followed by another 2.5 on the other side. That was followed by a 2.8 at 53 kilometers in depth. And it follows along another river area. That was followed by a 1.8 at 53 kilometers in depth. And that's along another river area. That was followed by 1.3, a 1.8, a 2.1, 0.7, a 1.1, 1.9, a 1.9, a 2.1, and a 1.6, which was followed by a 1.8 at 59 kilometers in depth, and followed by a 2.1 at 151 kilometers in depth. This was also back over here at Topo. So if we're looking at this, we have 280 something pounds of pressure coming out of here. Both of these are 2s. So put that at up to a 4.8 range coming from there. Now it could just come out as swarms, it could just come out as lots of small little quakes. This area I'm still watching to see what exactly happens with these deeper quakes. Sometimes it pushes pressure this way, and sometimes it goes this way. The next one was a 2.3 at 69 kilometers in depth. The next one was a 1.9 at 59 kilometers in depth, and we had a 2.0, 1.8, followed by a 1.7, a 1.8, and the next was a 2.8. This 2.8 was located over here off of Matoka Valley, which is also off of, and I get the names correct, Pataka. The next one was a 2.3, then a 2.4, that was followed by a 4.3. The 4.3 is also over here at Sudden area. That was followed by a 2.8, a 1.5, a 1.7, 2.4, a 1.2, a 1.8, a 1.9 at 92 kilometers in depth. Which is over here off of Matata. That was followed by a 1.7 at 112 kilometers in depth. Which is in the Tongariro National Forest, National Park. Let's see what's over here. Wow, check these out. No name. looks volcanic to me. Looks like a butte, maybe. I have no idea what that is. That was followed by a 1.8. That was followed by a 2.1 at 126 kilometers in depth. I've noticed this is near Riparora. Let's give you an idea of what Riparora is. It's a caldera lava dome. The 10 by 15 kilometer wide Riparora caldera occupying the Riparora Broadlands Basins lies near the western margin of Topo volcanic zone, south-southwest of Okataina Volcano Center. Riparora caldera formed about 230,000 years ago during the eruption of the voluminous Ca 100 Cu kilometer Kangaroa ignimbrite. Large slump scallops cut the northern caldera rim. On the south of the rim is buried by sediments. The Deer Hill Rhyolic lava dome was erupted after a caldera collapse on the southern rim. Two other rhyolic domes, Keru and Pekukahu, were emplaced within the caldera along a possible ring fault. The active Riparora hydrothermal field lies within the caldera and Waitapo and Broadlands Oahe hydrothermal field occur north and south of the poorly defined caldera margin. Eruptions within the caldera have not occurred since the late Pleistocene, but large hydrothermal explosions took place from the Waitapu thermal area immediately to the north at the time of the Keharoa eruption of neighboring Tarawera volcano about 770 years ago. So that's interesting. So let's see what we see here, because I see no volcano there, but I see something lying there. Must admit I'm a bit confused. So I guess it's this in itself. So I guess I'd have to have somebody tell me if it's all of this. Anyway, there was a 2.1 at 126 kilometers depth there. The next one was a 2.2, a 2.6, a 0.9, a 2.3, a 1.4, a 2.0, a 2.5, a 1.9, and then a 1.8 at 50 kilometers in depth. That was followed by a 3.7. And this is down here near Kokora. And it's between both of these water areas and on this side of this line. The next one was a 2.1, a 1.6, a 2.3, a 1.3, a 1.9, 1.5, and 1.4, followed by a 3.1. Which means this area is still seeing some swarming, and that was followed by a 3.4. That was followed by a 1.4, a 2.4, and another 3.0. This 3.0 is also up sudden. That was followed by a 2.3, a 2.6, a a 2.7, a 2.2, and a 2.9, which is the last one I have on here. This 2.9 is right down here off of Gisborne, Poverty, Canyons. And these look like, no, let's look underwater here. This is what I do for fun. Wow, neat. Give you an idea of what the seabed over here looks like. Then you have a drop off. Anyway, there's your brief update for today. Much love, you guys. Check out DUTCHSINSE channel and be sure to get your forecast. Remember, be prepared, don't be scared, and have a plan.